Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's time for a good old vlog from the daily life. It's one of those days today where I actually have some free time to run my errands and go to the thrift store because we need to find something and just all of these tiny small things. So I thought, perfect day for a vlog. It's been a while. I don't think I've vlogged since I stopped the Living Alone series. So welcome. I've put on a full face of makeup, but I'm still wearing my comfy outfit. And it's because I have to do some B-roll now for an impact video where I brush my teeth. This is not the best lighting, but like, will prevail, I guess.
Low-key, half the stuff I just filmed, the digs were in the background. Okay. Now. Woo!
2 days ago I even had curtain bangs cut and did like a whole new do, and today it's so greasy so I put it up into a ponytail so you can't even see it. So that was actually fairly easy. Now I both have my teeth cleaned and I have done the B-roll that I needed to do for today. So next thing is the kitchen. I didn't empty the machine last night, so this is all the dishes from yesterday, and then we'll need to empty this. I have some work ahead of me, but I have a really good way of getting through it. I have a very specific playlist that makes any kind of chore fly by. And it's the Sims soundtrack. Oh. Now I'm done with my kitchen. It's one of the things that I don't know how to start my day, especially if I'm working from home. I don't know how to start my day if my kitchen is messy. I need things to be spick and span in its place, in its own chaotic way, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this isn't a very chaotic room. Anyway, I am working half my week. I'm working from an office where I get to sort of just focus on researching, writing, etc. And then for the content creation days, I work from home where I film and I do all the things that's related to what you guys are actually seeing. So that's one of these days today. Now we're gonna go to the farmer's market. No, that's a lie. First of all, I'm gonna get dressed, actually dressed, and then we're gonna go to the farmer's market, but I also have some recycling that I want to do. So, 1 second. The outfit we're going with today is 100% thrifted. There we go. And I really like it. I feel super cute and comfortable nonetheless. I found this coat in the thrift store and it's the perfect transition coat. It's just warm enough that I'm never cold, and it's elegant and it's versatile. It's houndstooth, love that. And yeah, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. I love it. All you need is a light jacket. Anyway, we're just gonna do a little scarf action here. Okie dokie. So before we go to the farmer's market, I'll be stopping by a supermarket to return some of my tins and bottles. Any container in Denmark with this logo on them, you can bring them to basically any supermarket. It's a more effective system than I have seen basically anywhere else in the world except for other Nordic countries. It works really well. In terms of how many people use it, I think it is the vast majority of people in Denmark that use this return system. I do know some people that come from other countries that didn't know it was a thing, but it's just so ingrained in our culture that we bring back our tins and cans and bottles and whatnot. So basically everyone is doing it. Within the system itself, there is some things that definitely could be better. There are 2 ways that this return system works. One way is that you take the material apart and you remelt it into new material. And the other way is that you wash it and refill it. And obviously the last one is the more sustainable, but I know that they're depending more on the first option, which I'm not really into. Can we have a little commotion for how absolutely organized this shelf is? Not that it is the only shelf in my apartment that looks like that, but I digress. The weather is super crispy. It is cold, but it's just so fresh, and the weather is really amazing. I am so happy to be out for a walk now. I think I might need to air out the apartment because this weather is just chef's kiss. I'm back. I got through with my returnables. I also picked up a few things from the supermarket, and then I picked up the rest of my groceries from the farmer's market. So let's see what I got. Let's start with what I got at the grocery store. I have pasta, paper packaging. This salsa, it's so good. It's phenomenal. Black beans and my plastic packaging, but this minced plant-based meat is really good. It's the best one on the market. It's also expensive. I used all the money that I got from my returnables to buy this thing. Anyway, we got it, goes in the freezer. Now, farmer's market. I usually bring this basket. It's my grandmother's and I love using it. I think it works really well for this. Also then, the vendors at the farmer's market can see what I'm picking up so they don't have to rummage through the bags. It makes sense. Got a cucumber, got spinach. Then I have parsnip, plenty of onions, both yellow and shallots. Okay, I have Jerusalem artichokes. These are phenomenal. They taste amazing. I use them in purees and I bake them. I use them in soups. Perfect. We could make soup today. Anyway, okay, I also got a broccoli. Okay, then I have carrots. I love carrots, and these I try to go for the ones that looked kind of like this. I love the ugly, weird ones. They're my favorite. Also, typically a lot of people don't pick them up because we have this idea of what is supposed to be in our heads, and then we try to avoid things that don't look like that. And I like picking up the ugly things. Then I just have some parsley, fresh herbs, game changer. Always go for fresh herbs whenever you have the option to. It's just better. Garlic. Also got some pears. I am still on the pears are superior to apples train. Fight me. Also got a few clementines, and then I got these smaller broccolis. I think some people call them broccolini, but it's the same, literally the same, taste the same, feel the same. They're just smaller like bouquets of broccoli. Then I have a bulk bag for cashews, smaller bags. So in this bag there was a little bucket that had the tiniest tomatoes. These are their own homegrown tomatoes, and it's probably the last ones of the season. So I think we should taste one of these together. They might be the last of the season, but they're bursting with flavor. Oh my goodness. Then I have green beans. Lastly, on a Friday, I have a thing with my neighbors. It's called Fast Food Friday. So we make either really greasy, sloppy vegan burgers, pizzas, whatever. And we're making pizza on Friday. So I thought I wanted to get some mushrooms that we could put on the pizzas. I like to just fry them in a little bit of brown sugar and soy. So they just caramelize and become just like the texture out of this world. The farmer's market that I go to is in Aalborg, and it's on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and it's from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock. It's one of those feelings of community that I think is essential in sustainability, because we connect with each other, we talk about how to use the vegetables and what kind of food we like, and we inspire each other. It's always really nice and people are so friendly. So yeah, it's one of those communities that I just really treasure. Anyway, moving on with the day. I love how the flat lays end up looking visually, but making them always feels so ridiculous for this flat lay and how it ended up looking. I think it looks really nice. We have sort of a color coordination going on. And honestly, it's the perfect sort of imperfect zero waste grocery haul, I guess, because it just also includes things that aren't typically what you would expect. I don't know, this is reality, this is what it looks like. And because of the imperfection, I feel like this flat lay is really popping its pussy. I don't know, it looks very nice. I was recently told in a comment that I had to stop swearing so much because my mouth is part of the environment and we have to clean that up as well. Which makes me think, should we do an impact analysis video on the carbon footprint of saying fuck? Just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I just filmed a reel about how I store different types of vegetables, and now I just have to put everything in its place. The packaging I got from the farmer's market was this elastic band that I'll obviously save. So this is what the fridge looks like now. I have all my greens added in here, and then I just have some loose veg that works just as fine. Can store that perfectly. Not completely covered so that they can breathe. I don't know how to make it so that my fridge isn't just 90% condiments. Flavor. Tomatoes are outside because when you put them into a cold environment, they can lose some of their flavor. Over here I have potatoes and Jerusalem artichoke, very far away from the onions. I have accidentally brought in a little caterpillar. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna hurt you. Okay. I'm gonna place you here. You can have the rest of my basil. There we go. And speaking of small creatures, I recently got a little lino cut print from my mother. It is this little snail, and it says just a moment in Danish, which is, it's hilarious and fun. And I have just been through a period where I have been running so fast. I have been trying to do everything at once, and I've tried to be the most productive version of myself, which, if you know anything about productivity, that means that you haven't done the same thing you would have done if you just relaxed and just did your work and then relaxed. But I've just been so stressed out. So I think this is such a nice gesture. I love the edges. They're sort of rough and uneven, and I think it's so cute. So we are gonna go and find a frame that works. We could go to a normal shop, but hey, this is not that kind of channel. We will obviously try to find something in a thrift store, and thrift stores are booming with frames and pictures that you can replace with your own. And we're just gonna do some measurements to know exactly how large it is, or we're gonna bring it. I'm not sure about that. I think we might bring it. I think that's gonna be, I think the ratio for success will be more in my favor if we bring it, but I'll just see if I can store it away so it doesn't get damaged. Yeah, let's go. We're just gonna store it in my copy of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, also an amazing read, by the way. But I think this works well, and it's a very lightweight book, even though it's pretty big, but it's very lightweight, so I think this is gonna be great. And like this, it's definitely not gonna fall out or anything like that. So yeah, okay, packing my bag, let's go. I'm back in my regular setting, including my blanket, but I'll need to do a little bit of emailing, and then like you need a cozy blanket for that. Anyway, I wanted to show you the things that I got in the thrift store. The first thing that happens when I come into the store is that I find a frame that works well for the little print. First thing I see, first thing I pick up, that is Thrift Karma Incarnate. So disregard the motif that's in here now. This is obviously gonna change, but isn't this, I think this is really nice. I might actually end up trimming this a little bit so you get more of the background so you can see the picture more. I'll figure that out later once I've shown you this stuff. And I found another frame. I also got this, and this is not for me, this is for my friend. I just texted her if she wanted this because I felt like this was just completely her style, and she was very excited about it. 15 Danish crowns for this. €2. I very rarely look at the clothes anymore, mostly because I have what I need and I'm not looking for anything specific. In the clothing department, I do look for tights and leggings and stockings, stuff like that, because they're made from polyester, usually 100%, and often they're completely brand new, it's never been used. But the main thing I go in thrift stores for is the kitchen department, and I found some things that I'm really excited about. So for €2, again, this one, I got 2 feather spoons, and you use these to draw with your sauces and your coulis and like whatever you're using. It's completely brand new. Someone donated this without ever having used it. I love these. I'm so stoked about these. Another thing I got is a little brush for my kitchen. Also quite cheap, less than €2 for this. And it's really good quality. I don't exactly know why I got this, but I was just so intrigued by this huge measuring cup. I want to make a huge cocktail and put into this or something. That could be really fun. Like when I have my friends over, we can do like a punch and put it into this. I don't know, maybe I'll use it as a vase as well, but I love it, and it's made in West Germany. So that's a little bit of history there. And then I got a little flower pot. This is not for me, this is for my boyfriend, because he does not have flower pots and he just has his basil just in plastic like that in the window. I don't know how to deal. No. The last thing, the big thing. I wasn't gonna get it, but I know I would be so frustrated with myself. So I got it. It's a lamp. I love the shape. I love that it's square, but like organically so. I think it's amazing. And the lamp shade is cool. The fabric, I'm very excited. And I actually need another source of light in my kitchen. So I thought it could be cool to do something like this. I had a package delivered because sometimes I find something specific that I really want to do or something that I really want to wear, but I don't want to go out and buy the thing from new. So I found one of these like flower hair clips that I've been seeing everyone wear, and I honestly think it looks really nice, and it's a type of hair clip that I could wear every day. I found someone who sold one secondhand, so we got that. And it just arrived, so let's take a look at it. By the way, shout out to whoever wrapped this, because this is just a little paper bag that's been upcycled. I see you. So it's just a little clip like this, and you open it. Happy that I found it on Tice, which is a Danish, I think Nordic, maybe Danish secondhand app. Shout out. Cool. Finally got that too. So I fixed the picture. I think this is perfect. You can see sort of still the rough edges on it, and I already know where to hang it. Right there. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do it the Gittemary way, where we don't measure, we just know. Are these things crooked? Have they been crooked this entire time? This apartment building, by the way, is extremely crooked in and of itself, so it's really difficult to make this work sometimes. Anyway, I think this is okay. So roughly there. We have technique here. Okay, gonna make a little dent. Okay. Hammer! There we go. Okay. I love it there. Then I can see it in every video, and you guys can see it too. And it's a slow reminder to take it easy. So I've just been on my couch for literally 2.5 hours. Some of it has been work, but other than that, I just feel numb by my newsfeed currently. I think today is also just an act of self-love, because I have been sick to my stomach. I have been worried. I have been sad by what's happening in the world. It's completely overwhelmingly horrific. And I do, however, want to stress that we shouldn't be getting our news from influencers. I recommend looking at what NGOs and humanitarian aid organizations are saying, what experts are saying, and credible news sources. While I want to acknowledge that it's something that's happening, and the extent of the horrors I couldn't possibly fathom if I tried, I want to continue to make this type of content not only as escapism for myself, but perhaps also for other peoples who might need that. So, but I see you, and I'm there. Okay, continuing with the day. Let's get started on dinner. Low-key moving this lamp around until I find out where I want to put it. But right now it's here, but I don't think it's permanent. I don't like that you can see the reflection of the bulb, but I like the extra lighting, so I'm conflicted. By washing, peeling and chopping my veggies. I put all of it into a pot with some plant-based butter, olive oil, salt, pepper, and let it roast for a while before I add my plant-based cream and oat milk, which I forgot to film by the way, but I added that in and let my veggies cook for about an hour. Then I used my immersion blender and processed the soup until it was smooth. I know I've said multiple times on this channel that soup makes me sad, but I was really craving it today, so perhaps the tide is changing on my anti-soup policy, who knows. I also enjoyed a glass of red wine with my dinner because why not? Hey guys, so my day yesterday after I made my soup was basically over. I had a beer, I watched the new episode of Our Flag Means Death. I have my new hair clip in.
and I'm feeling super cute. I also wanted to go through the waste I generated yesterday. Not that this is the most important part of zero waste living, because it really isn't. No one can be 100% zero waste in a society not designed for it. However, we can all reduce our consumption and we can all reduce the amount of waste we generate. So that's really wanted to get at here. So this is basically the recycling closet. Up here we have plastic, and here we have cardboard, and I have bottles and cans for the return system, and down here I have glass. Okay, so this way I don't have to look at it, but it's really efficient and I get it done every single day. And this is the non-recyclable trash that was generated yesterday. So we have receipts. These are not recyclable. They are sometimes, but other times they're not. Depends on where you live and what waste management system is in charge. But they're coded often, so this way you can't use them. Then we have tape, also not recyclable, and then paper covered in tape. Also the small stickers from the things we thrifted yesterday. I also obviously had food scraps from yesterday, but I also don't count those as waste because I compost them right there. Anyway, I think that was it for this video. I hope that you guys liked it. If you did, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you want to see next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and take really good care of yourselves. Until next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green zero waste content and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!